I'm back with another tutorial here. Just going to show how to um, work with our website a little bit. Our website is built using Weebly, and that's because that's just really good because I don't know any coding, and I know a few people who do. And so Weebly is kind of a website builder for dummies, which means that it's perfect for me, um, and probably pretty good for you as well. All right, well, I am back with another tutorial. I'm just going to go through how to work with our website. Our website is hosted through GoDaddy, but is built, all the content is managed through Weebly, which is a kind of a template or it's very user-friendly website builder. And so I really appreciate it because I don't know any coding, and it makes things easy. As far as I know, this website was set up at least before my time, but April managed it before me, and now I manage it here and there. It does take some time, but not. It's mostly the big updates that take the time. Just the little things that I do week to week take maybe 20 minutes, all in all, and that's from setup to publishing. So anyway, we'll go to Weebly.com, Weebly.com, and log in. And if you need the login credentials, you can access those through the church office. And I'm going to click login. And that'll take us to our dashboard. And the only website that we have as Memorial United Methodist Church of Lake Placid is memorialumc.com. But if you had more, actually, I guess there are some templates down below, but none of these are published or anything like that. And so you can just don't really need to worry about that, but you can come over here and click Edit Site, and that'll take you to this website creation something. This is where we do all the management. Now over here on the left-hand side are all the different elements you can add to our web page. We don't use hardly any of them. What we use is mostly title, text, image. We may use I think we use a gallery for the staff page. Slideshow here for the front page. This is the home page here, and we may throw a button in here. All these would be buttons, I believe, or rather, we don't have any buttons on this page. But we've got the website here in kind of the main frame, and it acts as the website almost. But if you click on one of these pictures, it'll have you, give you the option to edit the slideshow. And if you click on that, you can see that the 3 photos that are currently in the slideshow are there, and there's some additional options here. So you can add a link to each one of these pictures so that when people come and they click on the picture, it'll take them somewhere. For the most part, we don't have that, on either of these two. This is just an informational slide. It's got all the information they need. And so if they want to download the app, they can do that. And then this is just kind of a welcome to our website kind of slide, welcome to our church kind of slide. And so you'll notice that this is lit up blue here, and this is the caption. So the caption goes at the top of the screen, and I'll show you that in just a moment. And then the T here is what's known as alternate text. And so that's actually exactly what you're seeing here. When I hover over, I don't need to click or anything like that, but when I hover my mouse over, the alt text appears as alt text. And so similarly, in the slideshow, when you hover over the picture, some alternate text will appear. And so again, we don't need to have the alternate text. Sometimes it would be good. Sometimes it's superfluous. I don't know. Over here though, we have a link, a caption, and the alternate text. And so we don't need to really add anything. Well, actually, we can do this. Memorial to resume in-person worship services July 5th. That's good. And then, okay, so we've got both of those things already set up. So anyway, the homepage is pretty well updated right now. You know, we have I just made these little graphics and things like that. But again, that's not going to need to be something that's updated very often. This is just a link to um, our video page. This is a link to our children and youth ministries section. That page in and of itself is probably going to need some editing down the road. And then this is just like the Pastor Alex's welcome page here. This will send people to it'll send them to elsewhere on the website where they can find information about visiting the first time. So here's where the caption is, by the way. And let's see what happens if I hover over. Will it do it? Oh, it won't show the alt text until it's, we're actually on the website. But anyway, so we have the menu up here, and you'll notice each menu has a drop down. And some of the drop down has an additional menu. So each one of these, we've got some different pages going on here, and you can just kind of cycle through. And in order to edit each one of these pages, you could just click on the pages, and then you can just get in here and edit and all of those things. Or you can come up here to pages, and if you click on pages, you'll notice that the left-hand side over here changes, and it provides kind of an outline of what we see here. In addition to that, it provides some things that we don't see here. So you'll notice right here where it says staff forms, and there's this little I that's got a dash through it. And that means that the average person cannot see this particular page, but it exists. We actually have it, and so here we keep some important documents, important forms rather, not any documents, but we keep some important forms that become documents when we have new staff fill them out, payroll forms, those sorts of things, and we know where to find those on the web page as well. There's a little Easter egg hidden where we can find those as well. So the average person can't see them. So on a given week, and this is really the brunt of the video, on a given week, I make at least one update to the website. And so if I just go all the way down here to the bottom, we start getting this whole stream of hidden web pages, and particularly starting here with Psalm 23, I started creating a placeholder, or a place where we can hold our hymnal sheets. So in the time of this pandemic, people don't necessarily have access to hymnal, but we'll wind up building the website or building these individual pages, and then linking people to these pages through our app, through our Facebook and YouTube comments, and that sort of thing. And so, so where we started with loading in Planning Center, this is kind of my next step. I'll update the website with these hidden pages that aren't on our website for people to just come and see whenever they want, but they are there whenever we need to link people specifically to them. So if you have the link, you can find it. For example, if you were to type in your own web browser, memorialumc.com/354, which is the hymn number, I Surrender All. If you were to type in memorialumc.com/354, I Surrender All in your web browser, it would come to this page where you have this hymnal sheet of I Surrender All. So we can actually get rid of that. By the way, one other button that I'll make mention of is this publish button. And the publish button, you can't, nothing will be saved. Nothing becomes live on the website until you click publish. So I just deleted a hymn page off of this, Oh How I Love Jesus. If I were to visit right now before I click publish, if I were to visit that same website I mentioned before, it would still have that other hymnal sheet down below it. And so I'm going to go ahead and click publish now. And that's almost like a save button. You can always undo your changes and all that sort of stuff and then republish it again. But as you go along, you don't want to make a ton of changes without publishing occasionally, because if something were to happen and your computer were to shut down or something like that, it might create some issues with needing to go back and redo it. So anyway, I'm going to click pages again. We're on this I Surrender All. And what I'm going to do in order to create a new page, a new hymnal page for this coming week, I'm going to go ahead and this week we're going to be doing in worship, we're going to be doing Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee. So instead of creating a new page or anything like that, I'm just going to copy this page. And so down here, again, at the bottom of, everything that we do is it just automatically goes to the bottom of the menu. You'll see that there are two I Surrender Alls. I'm going to take this bottom one and I'm going to click on it again. And I'm going to change the name to Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee. And then I'm going to click on SEO settings. And this is where I edit the page's URL and also the page title. And the page title is what appears up here in your tab. And so I'm going to again type in Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee. And I like to catalog things by using hymn numbers or dates or something like that. And so I'm going to type in 89, which is 89 is the hymn number, and Joyful, Joyful. And so then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on the image, and this little box is going to pop up. And I could edit this image, but I actually just need to replace it with that hymn sheet. And I'm going to click Upload a Photo from your computer. And I'll come here. I have things hidden in Google Drive, or not hidden, but I have them placed in Google Drive. And there we go. We've got now later on. Well, actually, in Planning Center, we used the PDF version of these things. For the website, we're actually just taking screenshotted pictures. So JPEGs and PNGs, those file types are going to be what we use on the website. So PDFs for Planning Center, JPEGs and PNGs for the website. So there's 89, Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee, and I'm going to open that up. And there it pops up. And I could leave it just like it is. Or sometimes in the sheets that we use, we're taking screenshots from our tablet. So there's like a lot of blue headings and trim and all those sorts of things that we don't need to have on this. And so what I'll do is I'll click on the image again and I'll edit the image, and I can even do this a little bit here, even just by cropping out some of the additional white space here. We don't need any margin, so we can get as close to the staff line as possible. Similarly, we can come and get as close to the wording, as close to the staff line and as close to the wording as possible. And then once I'm done cropping it out and getting rid of all the extra space, I'll click that back button and then click save. And in just a moment, and it just adjusted it just a teeny bit. There's not really, with this particular hymn, there wasn't much of a need for that. but there it is. And so, and that's how you update the website, and that's how you update with these hymnal pages. And once we do this, it's going to be useful in building the next thing for the week, which is our social media interactions. When we get ready to paste, or when we get ready to copy and paste things into Facebook and YouTube, oftentimes people are being redirected to our website to find these hymnal sheets. And so I'm going to go ahead and click publish. And so now, for example, if I go to memorialumc.com and type in /89 joyful joyful, this is our actual website, and so it'll take me directly to that page. So even though you can't find it from the menu, and we don't really want to do that because, again, this is not like a permanent fix, and we don't necessarily want these pages to be on here forever. We want to use them while we need them, and then we'll probably take them off the website. But you can't find them through the menus. You have to have the link, and so later on we'll wind up copying and pasting this link into the social media interactions. So that's the website. There's probably lots and lots and lots more to take a look at, but that's the brunt of what I do on a weekly basis. So there you are.